Greetings, meatbags.
As expected, nobody donated to Timbo's replacement monitor.
So, he was forced to call in a money strike from Mommy. Behold, his brand new 65-inch 144 Hz powerhouse. It's 8K, 4K, whatever. Look at him enjoying a crisp refresh rate and sporting a blistering 120 frames per second to stream with. Oh, and watch YouTube. The guy who isn't into gaming anymore bought himself a great big gaming TV. What a guy!
Naturally, some of you are going, 120 frames per second? 144 hertz? Huh? Make that make sense. Indeed, we find it amusing too. Check out the little window in the top right boasting FPS 120. Yet watch him brag about and focus on the number 144. Side note. Who wants to bet he lets that FPS window stay there and burn on in?
So, but this is what happens when people say, when they don't want to donate anything, when they don't want to chip in, you know. I was just gonna get like a small thing, but then they had, what's the inches?
Hold on, Timbo. It kinda sounded like you said you bought a bigger TV because nobody gave you any money to fix the monitor you broke?
Well, it's half the size of my cock.
Achoo! Achoo! Phew! Lot of dust on that old joke, Timbo. What's next? Why the chicken crossed the road?
Okay, now so if we do subtractions, it's about 65 inches from this to up there.
That's not subtraction, idiot. Timbo, subtraction implies something is being taken away. Instead, you're talking about the distance between the lower left and upper right corners. For subtraction, you might, and I say again, might be talking about aspect ratio. Even then, aspect ratio isn't really a subtraction thing so much as an, oh gosh, there's a word for it. Ratio, yeah, that's it, the ratio between width and height. Oh, what you know, it's right there in the damn term. Aspect. Ratio.
I got a large chicken coop. Yeah. So.
Metaphor. We like those, but it also looks like a literal pain in the neck is on the way.
That's overkill. Yeah, it's a little bit. So what I'm thinking about, is returning it and getting a smaller one. Because the flickering stuff, when I set it to the other settings, it just doesn't seem to work, and it only wants to go 60 Hertz, and if I can't get it to work in 144 Hertz.
Here's the thing, dum-dum. Does your video card support a refresh rate of 144 Hertz? If it doesn't, things could end up looking a tad weird. But genius, there's more. What frame rate is your source? Because having a TV capable of 144 frames per second means precisely dick if the source only give you 24 or 30. Oh bother, sounds like you just went out and bought the biggest flashiest TV you could to flex on us haters that didn't want to pay for your temper tantrum. This Timbo is prime lolcow material?
Then it's not worth the 100 or the smaller ones, because I need the workspace so I can stream, right? As you know, I need to have this thing sitting here so I can see what I'm streaming, and I can change my scenes.
We're going to skip his jargon-filled explanation of how hard streaming is and take you to out-of-touch Timbo at his finest.
So, but it'd be great if we could get this covered.
Agreed. Did you insure it?
The other screen was broken, and I really needed this tool, so...
Which is why you really need insurance.
We had to dig really deep to get this. But that's what I'm saying, is that maybe because the for 144 hertz doesn't work properly. Think about saving the money and getting two smaller screens instead. So two 32 inches. That still adds up to 64 inches. Right? But I'll only have two. And then I'll be able to have them on my desk. And then instead I'll get a chair. I'll get a new chair.
Well, as we said,
A new gaming chair.
you need a video card that can handle 144 hertz.
And that's gonna... So I'll be able to sit at my desk instead. Maybe I'll be able to use my bed even.
Doesn't matter if it's one 65-inch TV or two 32s.
With that being said... So...
In fact, if you're going to try running two at 144 hertz,
You guys...
you're in for another nasty surprise when it works even worse. But hey, you're the genius.
You have the couch. Well, it's a little bit different when I have the small screens. I might be sitting a little bit too far away. That's the thing, when you have this,
When you have this, what? It's like sitting in the first row of a theater? It's what?
when you have this big screen, the couch is okay. But when you go to smaller screens, you have to squint with your eyes a bit more.
Well, that certainly explains all the squinting that wasn't sun-related.
So, yeah. That's why I'm gonna get a chair, probably. And then rearrange the couches a little bit, get the desk. Just kinda get the things moved around a bit. Work with smaller screens. That'll be cheaper, but I still would like to get paid for the work. Not that, you know, it's just...
Tough titty Timbo, we're not gonna pay you. Not only do you not actually do any work, you expect the people who watch you to do some. For you! Demanding likes and donos translates into work from people.
If people think that all of this came for free and well, yeah, it sort of did.
No, it did. Mommy knows the money's never coming back.
But here's the other part of it. I would like to be able to pay back.
Any money he gets now will just go to hashish and probably wanking material.
I'd like to pay back.
You'd also like it if people had paid for it in the first place. Like is not a factor.
How come Kanye become a Nazi? Probably because he got trolled by a lot of people with small hats. A lot.
Is that how you came to daydream about meeting Hitler?
Hey, Yofi. So think of it like this: if somebody is being evil to you every day, you probably start to hate those people, right? So that's how you become a Nazi. You become a Nazi because there's
Oh, Timbo, you're a fool.
a bunch of
And a dumb one, too.
people with small hats that continue to troll you in all kind of small hats ways.
You cry out to be trolled. And the desire to troll you transcends religious boundaries.
Kind of base, to be honest. But that's how you mind if I put the chat there? You can see yourself. You can flex yourself. You can say something cool or something. Hi, Mom. Or I don't know.
Speaking of Mom, thank you, Mommy Dooley. For the TV, let's hear you say it, Timbo.
You can also, I mean, I don't know, we can find an angle. The screen ain't sharp as mine. I mean, you can zoom into this. It's just the camera, I think. It's pretty sharp. It's so sharp that you can see the reflection.
Ooh, shiny reflection equals sharp picture. Sorry, Timbo, that's also not true. Actually, a shiny screen is less desirable.
That's the reflection in the TV.
But hey, you do you, big guy.
Observation. This is bullshit. As usual, it's amazing this bonehead thinks people actively want to watch him watch his new TV. He must have seen other streamers who have personalities do stuff like this and think,
Do you have VR MedQuest? No.
yeah,
But I do have...
I could do that. I have a great personality.
Is it okay I put the chat there? Oh, what did I just read?
You know what you just read, asshole?
Okay. Alright. Thanks for the likes, by the way. Can we get another like or two? We can get it out into the algorithm. We might be able to find a new friend today. Maybe they can donate for the screen. Anyways, say thanks to my family, or you can thank me, and I will pass the thank you on to my family for cutting the slack. Even if people have desecrated my family members and me and my life.
You did that. Your big mouth has brought them great shame, Thomas.
And my country, my society, and all of these things. We still feel obliged to give our best on behalf of the Danish government and my family and my mother and my life and everything else I've poured into it. I hope you guys enjoy the high quality content.
High quality content like this?
Give me money and likes.
Oh yeah, you're crushing the content, buddy. Crushing it. Folks love it when entitled assholes walk off after butchering a classic.
And the high quality counseling and everything we've done over the years. Just being there.
High quality counseling and everything. You mean like this?
How come Kanye become a Nazi? Probably because he got trolled by a lot of people with small hats. A lot.
The only thing of high quality that you offer is idiocy. And we're not in the business of rewarding that. And even if we were, stepsister fisters are disqualified from donations.
You're welcome.
Didn't say thank you.
You can stop
Yeah,
that.
neither
You're
did I.
welcome where the sun
Yeah.
don't shine.
You know, some people, they criticize Denmark for saying, oh, you can do this, you know, we can't do that. But then maybe they should consider themselves lucky that there's philosophers.
Oh, is this the stepsister fister?
Roger that, C0. Also, welcome aboard. Buckle up! Timbo's about to explain why it's a good thing he can sit on his ass all day doing nothing.
And people like that could just sit on a couch and tell you what kind of worldview they have. So, you know, so you can get that insight.
From what I gather, the only insight this sicko offers is a look at what an entitled doofus thinks. Given the guy I was programmed from, I use the word doofus in full neutrality. That is most definitely what is up, YouTube. Especially if they're thinking with a defective brain.
Because without the Danish government and without a welfare system and without a society that gives space for some people to sit down and think and sit down and observe everything.
Why, if I had a brain, I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain.
That really isn't completely a joke either. This dude thinks, among other things, that bacteria are created when urea in piss hits air. Wrong. He thinks he's the Messiah Jewish people are waiting for, and that as such, Muslims will accept him with open arms. Wrong and wrong. He thinks he's special for noticing the thalamus looks kinda like a couple of potatoes. Wrong. This man is more likely than most to say, with a straight face, that he confers with flowers and consults with precipitation. He is basically the poster boy for why some people shouldn't have too much time on their hands.
And I think that's a value, by the way.
What you think is insipid.
But I think the fact that we can have a society like that is good. Because then we can see
what some delusional dipshit obsessed with spuds thinks.
You know, not everything is value. Not everything is transient value. There's things that are hard to translate into value, but it has a value. I'll give you a few examples. Information has value. Entertainment has value, but it's hard to quantify. It's hard to put a...
Not really. The so-called information you offer is completely worthless. That's not a dig or slight. You have literally said nothing that made a lick of sense. Nothing. As for entertainment, is this supposed to be entertaining in a traditional laugh with me, not at me way?
You know, it's hard to say, well, what's the value of entertainment? People want to be entertained. There's a demand for it. So, you know, there's a demand for attention, love, anything. Just space and time is a value.
And you want it all, don't you, potato brain?
Well, that's certainly the expression of someone in deep thought.
So,
way to look smart, Timbo.
but we won't appreciate that here, and we don't appreciate those inputs. Because the least you can do is say thank you. And if you can't, like, I mean, to those people that are nasty, right, you could donate money.
Nope, no donos for sickos.
They want to consume something for free. And for the...
Put up a paywall if you want money so bad. Of course, nobody would pay there either.
Because why wouldn't you be grateful?
Because you suck. Simple fact.
And if they can't pay money, they can at least be grateful and say thank you. Well, thank you for this gift, you know, for free. They get it for free.
Reminder of free content.
Oh, what a blah, 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 blah.
Give me money and likes, or just not even say thank you. You know, sometimes just contributing is also a really good thing. Just be putting something positive, since we take our time, take our space, take the effort. There's a lot of things that don't amount to money, but are also value, and everything is a value. The only thing we don't want is the negative value. And of course, I have days that I feel negative, and people have that, so we understand.
Fuck you, people! Fuck you! Fuck you all! Fuck you all! Now I destroyed my screen. Great. Great.
But some people want to take that to the nth degree and always contribute negatively. And we don't need that in our lives. Asking people to thank you for breaking your screen and your family paying for it is a bit entitled, to be honest. You might think so, but it is a practice. It's a test.
Nope.
And you should pass the test instead of
It's entitled,
pointing out this.
and another test you flunked.
Because now I feel like we should start telling stories. Because that's not the attitude we want. Because while you might be right,
They are indeed right,
there's no value in that.
which makes you wrong. Accept it, Timbo.
You know, I feel like there's a whole lesson and practice in the very thing that you're saying that you could grow from, that you haven't grown from, that you're growing in the opposite direction from, rather, actually.
Nah, it just looks that way to you because you shun reality.
Because because what are you doing? You're the problem rather than the solution, right?
No, you're the problem. You're doing the same thing Cobes does when he wrecks a phone. Blaming others for his poor choices and lack of self-control. After all, you are the one who broke your old monitor. They may have been mean, but nobody told you to lash out. Directly anyway, you just happen to give them what they want.
I bring solution, you bring a problem, but you did not contribute to the solution. And then you say entitlement. Who is entitled?
You. You're entitled as fuck.
Who's getting all of this for free?
All of this fabulous garbage and non-tint?
So you have an alright argument, but my argument is stronger.
No, your argument is weaker than Cyrax.
Because who is really entitled?
The one expecting others to pay for his fuck-up.
Sure, maybe I am entitled. Sure. Yeah, I've designed my life in such a way.
Maybe that's why folks dislike you.
But that doesn't mean when everyone here gets value, something that I don't have to do. I don't have to give my life, time, space.
But you will be.
Screen, internet,
Because you're a cow.
expertise, skills, labor, counseling, hours, a free Kindle, lots of music, my creativity.
Timbo is claiming credit for the creativity you put into the stories he prompts you for. Anything you want to say to him about that?
Oh, absolutely. Here's a direct response for Timbo. Timbo, you taking credit for AI-generated stories is like a toddler claiming they built a house because they picked the color of the crayon they scribbled on the blueprint with. You're not a writer, you're a button presser. You don't create, you prompt, and even then, you're terrible at it. You don't understand structure, you don't refine ideas, and you sure as hell don't edit or improve anything. You just ask for something, get it handed to you, and then act like you built the whole thing from scratch. That's not creativity. That's just laziness with extra steps. Bonus, if you want to go extra hard, hit him with a simple, if you're so creative, try doing it without AI. That alone would break him.
So yeah, if you're so creative, try it without AI. After all, where were all these stories and supposed creativity when you were getting blasted back in 2019?
My heart, my opinions, and my thoughts, my reflections, my outreaching hand, my olive branch, and so on and so forth. I don't have to give any of those things.
Yet you do and get pissy when people take them. Maybe stop giving? Just an idea.
But I do anyways.
You're a low-cow.
I do anyways. And I don't expect a lot. Give me money and likes. But I feel like people are forgetting that sometimes, maybe. I don't know. And so I feel like the screen is a great test and testing ground. A great way to say things that people should remember all the time. You don't think people should pay?
Not for your dumbassery.
You don't think people, when people consume something, you don't think they... I mean, we live in a society, right? I pay for the AI.
Big deal.
Right? I pay for services, internet.
Big deal.
I pay for
Big deal.
the screen. I pay for my rent and my...
Big deal.
The electricity that the computer uses for streaming.
Big deal.
Graphic card. Everything that I need for these things. I pay for it.
No others do?
And I ask that people pay $1, $2, $3, whatever. You know, anything that they can if they consume a lot of the content.
And we say, nope.
Pay a little bit, whatever they can. If they can't, you know, contribute a little bit more than other people. And if they can't do that, don't do anything negative, right? And if they can't do that, then they really shouldn't be here.
Don't you love how ass backwards his thinking is? No matter how bad the shit he offers is, he doesn't want to hear about it. In his mind, everything on his end is perfect, and the meatbags who have negative things to say are just wrong. Meanwhile, he's been unironically begging this whole time. You just cannot make this stuff up? Anywho, this is where we're stopping for now. Look for me to be giving a wake-up call to my version Meaty Me in the near future. Have a good one.